Today my guest is Sarah Dutkiewicz, better known as Saduki. Saduki, how you doing?
Doing good, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you being on my show.
Well, you've been bugging me for a while now.
I've been begging you. Remember that time I camped out in your driveway?
You know, that was a little creepy. But then the thing is that freaked me out most is that campfire. And then the s'mores started. I was like, all right, that's going way too far for an interview.
You're making up part of the story.
No. Seriously.
The part between the beginning and the end. You know social media better than just about anybody I know.
I'm a weird geek like that. I'm a social person.
Uh-huh.
Typically, geeks are the ones who hide behind their computers in dark rooms, like the monitor glow.
That's a stereotype. I'm not sure that's true.
I know a lot of people who are sadly like that.
Okay.
But for me, I'm more the social kind of geek, and so social media really appeals to me.
Okay.
And what I like most about it is that it allows me to keep in touch with friends, like you, for example.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's not like you really live that close to me.
No, we're about 4 hours apart. I think you're in Cleveland. I'm in Michigan.
Exactly. So I like that I can keep in touch with you, be it through Twitter. So I can find out, oh, hey, Dave's going to go see his kid's basketball game, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm also probably connected with you on LinkedIn, so professionally I can see, oh, he's working at this company doing this cool project. Or if I need a reference, I can say, hey, Dave, we're probably going to be hiring this guy who used to work with you. Can you give me a reference?
Mm-hmm.
Or Facebook, maybe if you're on there, I can.
I am.
I would say then I can.
We're
learn
not
more
friends on
about you that
Facebook.
way.
We'll fix that.
We'll fix that. But yeah, I'm on a lot of different social media. I like it because it gives me interactions with my friends who I don't always see all the time.
Uh-huh.
So for me, it's a good way to stay in touch with them. It's also a good way for me to meet new people. For example, before going to DevLink, I wanted to see other people who were talking on different technical things that I'm related to.
Mm-hmm.
So I loaded up TweetDeck, and I put in there, I did a search for different topics I'm interested in. In this case, I wanted to see if there were any other people out there who like playing Python,
Uh-huh.
PowerShell, things that I like to talk about and play with, just to get another perspective.
Uh-huh.
And so I did a search for that, and I was able to meet other people that I was talking with who were also working on projects similar to what I did.
Did you actually seek them out and meet them in person once you got here to Nashville?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts of this.
And so that's what I like most, too, is being able to meet these new people and then say, oh, you're going to be a DevLink. Well, let's finally meet in person. Because, yeah, you can continue the conversation online, but I think sometimes making that personal impact and saying, oh, yeah, there really is another person on the other side of that monitor.
Oh, yeah.
You
know who I met at lunch today? A guy named Elijah Manor. Well, you probably know him, right?
I met Elijah back when I was out in Seattle.
I've been following him on Twitter for like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I was walking through the cafeteria, and are you Elijah?
So he's here today.
He was here. He was at lunchtime. What was your
I'm
house
going to have to find him. I haven't seen him since February.
I wasn't sure it was him. It looked like his picture. And it was him. It was great to meet him.
I met him. Actually, he was here at DevLink last year as well. I met him at the Influencer. And I was like, wait a minute, you look like your Twitter picture. And that's the thing I really like when people on Twitter have their real pictures, because then I can identify with them more. So that when we're at events like these, I'll be like, I follow you on Twitter.
Yeah.
Like, I've had people message me on Twitter, too, saying, oh, I'm going to see your talk. And I message them back and say, you know what, I'm looking forward to finally meeting you.
Yeah.
And I had, in my PowerShell talk, I met a guy named Rob Wilson, who's a SharePoint guy. And I always follow him on Twitter to see what he's up to. And he's like, I'll be at your talk. I'm looking forward to meeting you.
So you've had a social relationship for months,
right.
maybe years, and not before you actually physically meet the guy.
Yeah, and when I finally saw it on Twitter, I saw his picture. When I was giving my talk, I knew that he was that guy sitting over there. And then after the talk, he came up and introduced himself.
I messed that up a little bit because I shaved my head right before I came down here.
Yeah.
I don't look like a Twitter picture at all.
Yeah, but I know who you are. So that's a different
that's
story.
You.
That's a little different.
The new people.
Yeah.
Tell me about, you're on Facebook, you mentioned, LinkedIn, Twitter, what else?
I'm also on Flickr.
Flickr?
So photo sharing.
I'm on Flickr, but I don't really use the social networking aspects of that.
Neither do I too much. The only time I actually use the social part is when I'm at like events like these.
Mm-hmm.
And I have friends who like to take pictures. You, for example, take amazing pictures.
Thanks.
And so do a bunch of my other friends. So when I'm at these events, I used to be the only person taking pictures for the longest time. And other people came along. And it's nice to see other aspects of the event, what else is going on where I can't be, because I want to see, well, what did I miss? Where's that action happening? Where is it fun? And seeing other people capture those memories, it's awesome.
So I get that Flickr is more for image sharing, but and LinkedIn is more for business.
Oh, so that's more businessy.
Facebook and Twitter, they have a lot of crossover. Are you using them for the same thing?
Actually, not really.
What's the difference?
Not really. For me, I use Facebook more for my friends who I can wind down with when I'm done hanging out in the technical community. So the friends that I wouldn't mind like going out to dinner and seeing movies and playing games and that kind of fun stuff. That's more where I'm going to use Facebook.
Okay.
Twitter is anybody and everybody who either wants to hear me or I want to hear them technically, or I don't even stay technical because sometimes I'll tweet about how excited I am to see my goddaughter.
Are they different audiences? Do you have a different set of friends?
It's pretty much, yeah. Facebook is more my family and my really close friends. Like most of my friends from high school aren't technical.
Yeah.
And so I stay in touch with them on Facebook. And so that's where I get a lot more personal.
It's interesting, that's the same segregation I make, but I'm hard-pressed to think of a reason why that is. Is there something inherent in Facebook that would appeal to non-technical people and something inherent in Twitter that would appeal to technical people?
I'm not too sure.
I mean, it certainly, there's Ashton Kutcher and Oprah are on Twitter, and they're certainly not technical, but they're very popular on Twitter.
Right.
And they keep sending me friend requests, and I keep saying, back off, guys.
Come on now. Everybody wants to be friends with David Giard.
That's another story I might have made up part of.
Yeah, well.
So is there a reason why? Is there an inherent reason in the technology that segregation takes place, or is that just something you've chosen to do?
Well, for me, I think it's just, it fell naturally for me to follow with that segregation because the audiences. I was on Facebook long before I was on Twitter. Like I was telling the people who were in my social networking talk yesterday, the first time I saw Twitter, I saw that what's happening question on there, but this is the stupidest looking site ever. Now, any of you guys who follow me on Twitter can tell you, I got a lot of tweets now.
I know, so, before your addiction.
So that, well, yeah. Well, the thing was, I never really got into it. And so when I have family and friends on Facebook who aren't on Twitter, I can understand because there's nothing necessarily that's great for them immediately. You have to be able to talk to somebody who's used Twitter before, who can sell you on its pluses and minuses before you can get into it. And I don't really get into it too much on Facebook and saying, you guys really need to check Twitter and this is why.
I seldom evangelize Twitter.
It
is what it is.
It is what it is. If it's something that you're meant to be on, you'll be on it eventually. Like I said, I discounted it completely when I was on there the first time. The second time around, I had a friend who showed me, well, there's these people in the community, and they're interested in this, and they all talk with each other, and then this is how you meet more people, just like Twitter surfing. You know how on Twitter in that corner there's the people that other people are following?
Yes.
When I first started Twitter, I would click through there to see, okay, who's on here, what are they saying?
I would do that, but now people have such a long follow list.
Well,
it's practical to do that.
Yeah.
I would do that. I did that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
It's just too hard now.
I mean, getting started, that's how I started.
I feel like with Facebook, I got into Facebook actually later, and I just it was just there, and I wasn't active in it at all until I had my high school reunion about a month ago.
Really?
And I was in charge of collecting photographs.
Okay.
People sent me all these photographs, and I made a slideshow, and I ended up with about 400 some photographs.
Wow.
And I did most of that through Facebook.
Okay.
And because I had the same kind of segregation you do, is that old high school friends find me through Facebook.
Yeah.
New geeky friends find me through Twitter.
Yeah.
And Flickr is just a repository for photos. As far as I'm concerned, I just link to it from somewhere else.
Right. That's funny you said reunion got you going really much on Facebook. I have a story on that. My husband, so my husband, he's an IT guy, so he's a technical guy.
Kaduki, right?
You guys call him Kaduki.
Oh, I thought that was your little pet name for him.
No, that came about at ClevelandDave.net.
Okay.
That's another story.
Well, I just met him this weekend for the first time.
Yeah, he actually came to Devlin because
he's a real person.
He is a real person. My husband exists. There's an IT track with Matt Hester here, and so my husband's like, oh, I got to be there if Matt's going to be there. But my husband, you would think being techies, he'd be into this whole Twitter and social networking stuff. No, total opposite. I love the boy dearly, but really, how could you not get into any of this? And then we went to our 10-year high school reunion, And that's where he saw a lot of the guys he was friends with back in the day when I first met him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, this is cool. He's like, I wish I could stay in touch with him. To which I told him, you need to get on Facebook. But what do I know? I'm just a wife, you know? I mean, seriously, how many times guys clean out their wives? But
I'm sorry, you said something?
wait a minute. But our friends told him to get on Facebook, and ever since our 10-year high school reunion, he's been on Facebook.
And he's active on it. He's posting his updates.
Oh my goodness, is
going to
he
lunch
active?
now.
He
Okay,
is.
I'm back.
He's as active on Facebook as I am on Twitter some days. Some days he's real quiet, but he posts pictures of be it motorcycles or hanging out with friends, or I imagine he's taking a picture of a presentation that Deb Lincoln has it up by now. So yeah, he was really slow to adopt it as well, but another reunion was like, okay, I got to stay in touch, and Facebook is what it was.
That's what's going on, right? So my reunion was greater than 10.
Mm-hmm.
And we're talking about having one in 5 years, because it'll be the 35th reunion.
Okay.
Because everybody had such a blast of the 30-year reunion. And part of the reason they had a blast is because people sort of had this anticipation coming up to it. We're talking to each other through Facebook. They were talking, and the photos, everybody loved the photos. You know, I kind of got into it late and got a lot of credit for just collecting them. Other people do all the work and they get all the credit for it. That rocks.
Keep giving me credit, you know?
What else can you tell us?
What else do you want to know? Earlier yesterday, I was explaining to people about why they should be on social networking.
Why?
And, well, because the social networking, all right, so the social part is actually interacting with people. The networking part is nice, though, because especially, I'm not too sure how most other places are, but I know in, like, the Ohio and the Michigan area, the job market is rough right now.
Yeah.
It's hard to get hired. And it's not about who knows you. It's not about who you know. It's about who knows you. Is when it comes down to it. And the way people know about you is through social media. If you've got a profile, job seekers are looking, especially on LinkedIn, for example.
Mm-hmm.
I have a profile on there, and I get so many recruiters that say, Sarah, we have this .NET position, we have this IT position, we have this SharePoint position. Do you know anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a tough market to get into, but if you have the right contacts, it's not so scary after all.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm telling people, especially those who are looking for jobs. Get on LinkedIn. That's your business side of things.
Mm-hmm.
For Facebook, the way I put it is, if you've got friends or family, somebody outside of your local area that you want to stay in contact with, yeah, you can call them, you can email them, but then Facebook's also nice because you can share pictures and such. And you can control your security a little bit more, too. So I can have, in my Facebook profile, I can say, you know what? He's one of those guys that I didn't invite over for a party. He can have access to my address. Mm-hmm. But there are some people that I don't know yet, so I don't want just anybody coming over my house. So then I have my security set up that way, so that only my close friends can see that.
You bring up a good point, that what you're publishing on these social networking sites, that's a lot of that is public.
A lot of it
showing
is.
that off. And in fact, a potential employer can see a lot of that stuff. Isn't there some danger that if you're actively involved in this, that there might be something that will come back to haunt you?
Oh, definitely. There are times where you may have a Facebook picture, like let's say you're out with friends and you're out drinking and having a good time and then getting a little carried away, and those pictures end up on the internet. There are employers who will see that and be like, oh my, this is not who we want to work for us. And they could find out while kind of doing a check on the employee, not necessarily an official background check, but just to see who's out there. There have been people who have said they call their employer and say, I'm sick, I'm not coming in today. And then on Facebook, they've updated their status saying, had an awesome day at the zoo with, and they've gotten in trouble for that. I've seen instances of that. You gotta be careful. If you're going to do stupid stuff like that, yeah, you're gonna get caught. You shouldn't be doing it in the first place. Anything though, not just social networking, but anything you post on the internet may come back and haunt you at some time.
So you need some sort of self-censorship.
You
at
really
least think about it, that your boss or your work enemy or somebody could see this, even if you mark it private.
Exactly. Even if you mark it private, there's still server administrators out there who have access to your data. So, I mean, it could easily fall in the wrong hands for some odd reason, and it can still get back out. Don't have that false sense of security that just because I have a login information and that's it, it's not really the case much.
Okay. It's a lot of good information. Let's wrap it up here by talking about where you have an online presence, right?
I have quite a big online presence. You can find me as Sudoku on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
If you do a search on Facebook, you should be able to find me as Sudoku, or by my full name, Sarah, and then Dutkiewicz. That's Dutkiewicz. Really long last name. You can find me on LinkedIn under Sudoku@hotmail.com. That's the easiest way. I'm Sudoku just about everywhere.
Okay.
So you can find me there.
Great. Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me, Dave. What can I say? I'm here at Devlink, where I have a lot of my friends, and I'm enjoying technology. So check out Technology and Friends.